I mean, on the embassy, I don't think it's going to be returned. Remember here, Biden is very pro-Israel. I don't think that we can, sugarcoat the reality that although there was a very tense relationship between Netanyahu and Obama, Biden has always had a very good relationship with the Israelis and with Netanyahu, generally speaking. That's not going to be reversed. And frankly, I'm sure there may be some elements of the Progressive Party of the Democrats who'd want to see that reversed, but the majority of the Senate will be Republican, and I think there's just no appetite to do something like reversing the embassy decision. On the JCPOA, I think there is definitely going to be an interest to go back to some sort of multilateral negotiations, which the JCPOA was. The challenge, of course, is that the world isn't the same as it was when it was negotiated in 2015. Remember, the beauty of the JCPOA was that you were able to get European countries were very much in cohesive lockstep on this issue. You had certainly China willing to be a part of this multilateral exercise, the Russians, and the world is a very different place. We've had the invasion of Crimea. We've had, obviously, a huge trade war with the Chinese. So it's going to be very difficult to get a multilateral framework back on the table. And also, I'll just quickly add that Iran has changed. Iran has gotten more hardline. And we know that there's a June election coming up. We know that the hardliners have gotten stronger, basically blaming Rouhani, the moderate, for all of the economic challenges that it's faced. And so it's going to be a very different world that Biden faces in trying to reinvigorate this JCPOA.
Indeed. Many, many issues at home to cover, many, many issues abroad too. Bessma, thank you very much indeed. Ofer Bronchtein is now back with us, I'm pleased to announce. Ofer, of course, political advisor, president of the International Forum for Peace, former advisor to Yitzhak Rabin. Ofer, can I ask you what your feelings are about the issue we were just talking about, the JCPOA, the Iran nuclear deal? I mean, clearly it's something that Benjamin Netanyahu was very keen to get the US to renounce. And one can only imagine the conversations between Netanyahu and Trump on that issue that led to Donald Trump making that decision.
Let's not forget, and I disagree a little bit with the previous guest, that the relationship of Biden with Netanyahu were not always very good ones. Biden is having a bitter taste of the last visit that he did in Israel as vice president, while at the same time that he was in his way to meet Prime Minister Netanyahu, this one declared that we're going to build a few hundred housing in the settlements. And Biden's response was that he arrived with 2-3 hours delay to the gathering with Prime Minister Netanyahu. The Democrats don't forget as well the personal involvement of Prime Minister Netanyahu in the American election and the speech that he went to make in the Congress while Obama was still president and Biden vice president against the deal with Iran, which the Democrat took very badly. So I do believe that the attitude that Biden and Vice President Harris will have toward Israel and toward Israel, they are friends of Israel. It's established, we know it, and they will still be friends of Israel as they always were. But when it came to the peace process, when it came to the international community, when it came to international agreement signed, they will have a different kind of attitude. First of all, they will listen to their partner. They will become again partners, which the former administration did not foresee the European as partner,